What if the show that made you laugh every single week also hid one of the saddest goodbyes in TV history? Batman was never trying to be serious. It was pure comic book joy jumping off the screen, bright costumes, wild villains, and a hero who somehow made saving Gotham look like the coolest job on Earth. Every bam and every pow felt like a party you never wanted to leave. But behind that colorful chaos, real life was already writing a very different story for this cast. One of them would fight a battle no cape could stop. Another would walk so far from Gotham that you would barely recognize the life they built after. Stay with me, because by the end of this list, you will never watch this show the same way again. Number 1, we have Adam West. This actor played the most serious version of a completely ridiculous hero, and somehow that straight face is exactly what made the whole show work. West was 37 when he first put on the cowl, and he carried that role for the rest of his life, never once complaining about being forever linked to Gotham. He died in 2017 at 88, after a battle with leukemia. 60 years after that first episode aired, fans still say his name before anyone else's, and honestly, that says everything. Number 2, we have Alan Napier. Picture the calmest man in the room, standing in the middle of secret bat poles and masked villains like it was just another Tuesday. That was Alfred, played by Napier, who was already 63 when he brought that quiet British elegance to Wayne Manor. He died in 1988 at 85, after suffering a stroke. Napier gave Gotham's chaos its class, and honestly, no butler since has ever come close. Number 3, we have Burgess Meredith. This actor turned an umbrella-carrying villain into one of the most unforgettable troublemakers on television, all squawks and sneaky grins. Meredith was 58 when he played the Penguin, and that role gave his already long career a wild new burst of fame. He died in 1997 at 89, after complications from Alzheimer's disease. You watch his old scenes now, and it hits different, knowing what was still ahead of him. Number 4, we have Neil Hamilton. Some actors play authority, and some actors just have it. Hamilton had already been a leading man in silent films before he ever picked up the bat phone as Commissioner Gordon, at 66 years old. He died in 1984 at 85, after suffering an asthma attack. Every single time that phone rang, Hamilton played it like the whole world depended on it, even when the villain's plan made absolutely no sense. Number 5, we have Stafford Repp. Here is the one that really catches people off guard. This actor gave Gotham's police force its funniest energy, always one step behind the madness, always loud, always loyal. Repp was 47 when he played Chief O'Hara, shouting "Saints preserve us" like the fate of the city rested on it. He died in 1974 at just 56, after suffering a heart attack, gone far too soon compared to almost everyone else on this list. That gap right there, between the laughs he gave us and how early he left, is the kind of thing that stays with you. Number 6, we have William Dozier. You never saw his face on screen, but you absolutely heard him. That booming same bat time, same bat channel voice belonged to Dozier, who was 57 when he became the narrator, and he was also one of the producers shaping the whole look of the show behind the scenes. He died in 1991 at 83, after suffering a stroke. Every cliffhanger felt bigger because of him, and honestly the show would have felt smaller without that voice. Before we keep going, if you are the kind of person who loves these classic cast reunions, hit subscribe now, because we drop new stories like this every 2 days, and you do not want to miss the next one. Number 7, we have Madge Blake. Sweet, gentle, and completely unaware of the secret hiding under Wayne Manor. That was Aunt Harriet. Blake was 66 when she took on the role, and she was already a familiar face to classic TV fans from her time as the mother on Leave It to Beaver. She died in 1969 at 69 after a battle with cancer. Blake made every near discovery feel like a tiny sitcom disaster waiting to happen, and Gotham was funnier because of her. Number 8, we have Cesar Romero. This actor had already lived a full Hollywood life as a dancer and a charmer before he ever put on a single drop of white face paint. Romero was 58 when he became the Joker, and that role added a whole new layer to a career built on classic Hollywood charm. He died in 1994 at 86, after a battle with bronchitis and pneumonia. His Joker was pure nightclub chaos, all grins and danger, and no one has ever made villainy look that fun again. Number 9, we have Julie Newmar. Elegant, sly, and completely in control, this actress gave Gotham a villain who felt more like a queen than a criminal. Newmar was 32 when she played Catwoman, and that role became one of the defining images of the whole decade. Here is the part that might surprise you. As of 2026, she is 92 years old, still with us, mostly stepped away from acting, but never forgotten by the fans who grew up watching her steal every scene. Number 10, we have Frank Gorshin. Twitchy, electric, and impossible to predict, this actor brought nightclub comic timing to a role that needed pure unhinged energy. Gorshin was 32 when he played the Riddler, and that laugh alone became legendary. He died in 2005 at 72, after a battle with lung cancer. You could never look away when he was on screen, and honestly, that is the whole point of a great villain. Number 11, we have Victor Buono. Imagine being 27 years old and playing a character with the confidence of someone who truly believes he rules ancient Egypt and modern Gotham at the same time. That was Buono as King Tut, and his big theatrical presence made him stand out well beyond his age. He died in 1982 at just 43, after suffering a heart attack. Another one gone far too early, and another reminder of how much life was still ahead of these actors when the cameras stopped rolling. Number 12, we have Vincent Price. This actor already had one of the most famous voices in horror movies before he ever cracked a single egg joke on Gotham. Price was 54 when he played Egghead, bringing that smooth, strange, unmistakable tone to a role that could have easily felt cheap in anyone else's hands. He died in 1993 at 82, after a battle with lung cancer. Every pun landed like it cost a fortune, because Price simply did not know how to make anything sound ordinary. Number 13, we have Anne Baxter. Before she ever set foot in Gotham, this actress had already won an Oscar and starred in one of the most respected films in Hollywood history. Baxter was 42 when she played Olga, diving headfirst into the campy chaos with a big theatrical spark most serious stars would never risk. She died in 1985 at 62, after suffering a stroke. Baxter proved that even a legend could have a genuine blast playing pretend royalty in a comic book world. If you have made it this far, drop a comment and tell us which cast member's story hit you the hardest, because we read every single one. Number 14, we have Burt Ward. Bright-eyed, eager, and bursting with energy, this actor was only 20 years old when he became the perfect young partner for every gadget and cliffhanger Gotham could throw at him. Ward turned every holy line into a piece of pop culture history. As of 2026, he is 81 years old, still warmly connected to fans, and life after Gotham took him through conventions, voice work, and animal rescue, building a legacy that has nothing to do with capes at all. Number 15, we have Yvonne Craig. Quick, stylish, and full of confident energy, this actress gave Gotham a hero who could kick down a door and light up the whole screen in the same second. Craig was 30 years old when she joined the final season as Batgirl, bringing years of dance training and real physical grace into every stunt. She died in 2015 at 78, after a battle with breast cancer. Craig gave an entire generation of young viewers a hero of their own. Purple boots, motorcycle helmet, and all. Before you go, share this with anyone who grew up loving this show, because most of them have no idea how many of these stories end this way. 60 years have passed since Gotham first lit up in black and white turned Technicolor, and somehow, the actor who died the youngest on this entire list was not a villain fighting crime on screen, but the police chief who was only 56 years old when his heart gave out.